Um, I hope you guys are okay. This is Kevin Stoda. I'm back with you on the porch, talking to you about the wisdom of Kung Fu. It relates to TV drama. A lot of people to like Kung Fu who hadn't been interested in it. Kung Fu today, well, not something that was raised in China after his parents, and he returned then to America. Uh, we have a bi-level, two levels of stories. Stories set in China, in the United States, usually in the West. Of wisdom, they do connect some of the biblical stories with the or messages with the Eastern mythologies and messages too, and it's more than poignant. Again, Cain was called grasshopper, uh, the diminutive term for one in a legion of monks where Cain was trained. Master, I cannot win this match. Cain, in saying so, you have already lost. But you have not already lost. This man seems to be driven by a force I do not know. He has a strength I have never seen. There's more to this combat than physical strength. Ho says, it has been said that the lance can never give way, but that a man can give way. How? By a strength outside that is greater than himself, by a weakness inside him which he cannot interpret. It can the power of you. Only that which you allow to settle in your own mind. Draw upon the strength of your spirit, of our spirit. It's a very individualistic way of looking at things rather than communally, this relationship between one spirit and the world. It's not a communal one like in Christianity, but it's one that many Christians adhere to, especially those who grew up in Protestant work ethic. Cain, Master, I do not understand all that happened. Khan says, no one knows all. We were challenged by a festering anger. The challenge was accepted, and in the end, the seeds of hatred destroyed themselves, as they always do, as they always will. And within the soul, this battle has been won. So there can be battles external and the battles internal, but you can win those. Be a more social one. Just on the self, but may lead to meanness. But vanity may lead to violence. Therefore, it is better to be humble. Say humility is the act of being humble, but may not be really. Is what it's warning us, and that can lead to meanness. People who claim to be Christians, who claim to show humility, but it's really meanness. Kashmiri, come over here. I want you to go to the village for me. Cain says, on what errand? Chan Yi hands him a note. Deliver to the blossom. The third house on the left? Give it to the girl. Chan Yi, let me have that note, says Khan. You may leave, he says to Cain. Come with me. Why have you broken your vows and betrayed the trust put in you as a disciple of this priesthood? Chan Yi, I have broken only one vow. That is the power fought by all men. You allowed it to take hold and drive you to disobedience. Master, I've struggled long, torn between my desire to be a Sherlon priest and my desire for Su Ling. We've watched your torment, Chen Yi, always hoping that you would come to us. Perhaps I feared to borrow the strength which you could give. Perhaps I don't wish to be helped. Then yin and yang are opposite forces, yet they do exist in harmony, or not find that harmony. I have to ask you guys to comment if you have similar stories to Kung Fu. I'd like to know. There's some different greetings here. I'm going to stop and greet some people. Bautista. Shout out. See mask. I'm about Western and Eastern beliefs or wisdom. All right, I'm not spelling very well. Anyway, I'm going to share some more about these great stories that I grew up with. Khan notes, what the eye sees disappears with a blink or a wandering puff of breath. Where there was light, the eye denied sees nothing. He blows out a candle. So I'll say it again with a candle. What the eye sees disappears, seeing anything. So sometimes you wonder if you ever see the light or saw it. My eye is denied. Can leads KCC to another room with a candle in it. That is what the eye sees. What the soul sees cannot be denied. Will not the soul too be denied when death blinks to its eye? Yet the body dies? Khan says, does the sun die? It does not shine at night. It shines somewhere. You just don't see it. Thoughtful, huh? It says a lot about faith. Grasshopper, be yourself. Oh, that man so often masking. Simple, rarely is understood. The dust of the truth swirls and seeks its own cracks of entry. And a tree falling in the forest without ears to hear makes no sound, yet it falls. That's an important point. And Cain says, when you understand, then you will know without understanding. I do not yet get lonesome. I belong to myself. So I don't know if I believe either of those. Cain said, as a small boy, when you cease to strive to understand, then you will know without understanding. I guess that's part of the automatization process of doing things repeatedly. If you practice faith, you will have it. I do not get lonesome. I belong to myself. Yeah. Cain, as an adult, wandered the west, but he did not seem to be lonely much. Khan is talking about candles strike or fire, strike width of a hand from the wick. In this way, the flame is snuffed out, yet that candle is not touched. Cain asks, what is the purpose of so difficult a blow, discipline, that you may strike with such reverence all against whom we would use such force? Khan says, when your life is threatened or the innocent life of another, you will be prepared to defend them. Being thus prepared better than others, should I not always stand and fight? Khan shakes his head. Ignore the insulting tongue. Duck the provoking blow. Run from the assault of the strong. Are these not the actions of a coward? The wild boar runs from the tiger, knowing that each being well armed by nature with deadly strength may kill the other. Running, he saves his own life and that of the tiger. This is not cowardice. This is love of the other, love of life. That's a good point. American War Machine is more on the side of how many it can kill and not on how many it can save. Quite often. That's why it's violent and strong, but unable to save. And the wars go on. Young Cain says, Master, are you lonely? Do you feel loneliness? Young Cain says, no, but I do not understand why, denied the experience of so many things that other men desire, I do not. Do you remember the day that you first came here? You stood in the rain. You did not play games with the others. Well, he says, my parents were dead. I was alone. Is that why you waited so long, so patiently to join us? Yes, it was. We too were alone. But you lived here together. Man, like the animals, is meant to live together with others like himself. But the meaning of belonging to such a group is found in the comfort of silence and the companionship of solitude. Young Cain says, "Is that why you let me enter and taught me?" We taught you young men, because you already knew. Hmm. Something about uh, solidarity. Those words are related in English too, and then often about communal stories. I'll read one more. Hey, Khan says, "Man against man, it is a contest that may have an end. He who is most skilled will prevail. You are both enjoined by your vows to do your utmost. Disciple Cain, you will attack. Disciple Han, you will defend. They spar, they fight. Disciple Han, you have done well, but he lost. He who attacks most must vanquish. He who defends must merely survive. We swore an oath of friendship, Master. You are speaking of Disciple Han. Yes, Master. And he no longer feels bound by his oath? Because of the contest yesterday between us in which he was defeated, and you feel as though you have lost something? I do. What will you do now with your oath? Is not an oath eternal? No, but how can you control such a thing as friendship, which requires the assent of two persons? It is well to consider deeply before binding yourself to an ideal, cause, or a man. But what is an oath worth that binds a man to an unachievable task? Cain says, he is still angry. It troubles me. I do not know how to answer to his hatred. How else but with love? One cannot always keep a friend when that friend believes that one has wronged him. Cain, but I have not wronged him. He is mistaken. Each man has the right to choose his enemies and his friends. He may choose unwisely, but the decision is his alone to make. Then he must live with the consequences, and so must his enemies and his friends. It doesn't seem to be a permanent condition, though. You don't have to be permanently somebody's enemy. I guess it's not implied there, but it's state of the condition in terms of one day at a time. I'm going to check to see if I have any more comments here. Oh, got a lot of comments. I see Annabelle Baptista, shout out to her. She's busy. And she says, hello, Kenzie. And we have other ones. Stoda family shout out. I forgot to greet them. Shout back to Stoda family. And Kathy Messas, Annabelle Batista, Nagla Loading Ba, Annabelle Batista, Kahit, Isang Maiksi, at Isang Mahabang, video for your own good. Hurry. Annabelle Bautista, no, busy pa. Casey, shout back to Stoda family. I did that one. But Kenzie Mess says, Annabelle Bautista, take your time. Thanks for coming. For letting me share it with you. And if you got any comments, put them on later. If you want to, we appreciate that. This next time. Have a good day. This is Kevin.